Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, Joe Boo definitely needs a refill. Man, I gotta tell you, what I always try and do is, I don't like to try and start a whole bunch of crap or anything like that. I like to try and give you the stuff straightforward and all that. But a lot of times, a lot of these guys out there, what they're trying to do is get clicks. And they will say the stupidest stuff in the world to try and get you to listen. And I got to tell you, Eric Davis, you really are trying to either you're just stupid or you're just trying to start some crap. Because if you listen to Eric Davis, you would think that Dak Prescott is the worst quarterback in the NFL. He's talking about how much stuff he's leaving on the table. Really? I mean, granted, you could probably say that about any play that there might be somebody else who's open. But I was one play in particular that he was talking about. If you guys remember in the first half where the Cowboys got the ball with 53 seconds left on the clock, they ran the ball 3 times, got to the 40-yard line, and the next play, Dak completed, I guess, about a 35, 40-yard pass play to Williams. According to Eric Davis, he messed up on that play because he could have gotten the guy on the other side of the field for the touchdown. I mean, didn't we get 35 yards on the play? Didn't we score in that 53 seconds, actually leaving 16 seconds on the clock? What more do you want? Now, hold on. I've got to go do something real quick. Be right back because it's Friday night. We got the game Sunday, and I got to start getting stuff together. So I'll be right back. At my house, game day starts early, like Friday night. We're doing pulled pork sliders. So we're going to be smoking for about 15 hours starting tomorrow. Tonight, it's time to put on that robe. Doesn't that just look incredible? Wait till it cooks for about 15 hours starting tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so I'm back. Oh man, so much to talk about. Okay, I'm done with Eric Davis. He's not worth talking about. But I got a question for all of you guys who believe that Tony Romo can lead us to the Super Bowl and that Tony Romo could do better. Because I want you guys to explain to me how, with the playoff history that we've had with him, 13-3, bye week, at home, we take on the wild card Giants and we lose 21-17. We had over 150 yards rushing, so it wasn't that it was all on him. His average per completion in that game was 5.5. And the reason I remember that is because his running, because he ran 3 times, for 17 yards, which came out to 5.6. So he actually rushed the ball, got more yardage per rush than he did on pass completions. We had the bobbled field goal snap in Seattle. We had the complete butt whipping in Minnesota 31-3. And then, of course, the game against Green Bay, where everybody will say, well, if Dez had caught it, we'd been there. But I look at it as this. It was 4th and 1. You had DeMarco Murray, who had been beasting all season. You had the best offensive line in football. He changed the play to go 40 yards downfield on a 4th and 1 when there's still a lot of time on the clock. Wouldn't it have been better to maybe have dinked or dunked or even ran the ball for that first down, eat up some more of that clock, and then try and get that touchdown instead of getting it all right now? Because you didn't want Aaron Rodgers right then to have the ball, because Aaron Rodgers could move the ball down the field real quick. But, that's just me. So if you guys can convince me why Tony Romo can now lead us to the Super Bowl when he hasn't been able to in the playoffs thus far, please, I want to know. And one other thing that is driving me crazy, because, a lot of times, I guess I watch too much of these shows, because I think a lot of times they're just there to just start some stuff, get people like me to watch it and talk about it. But everybody keeps talking about how great the Eagles' defense is and how well they shut down Minnesota. Guys, The Cleveland Browns offense is better than Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are 31st in the NFL in offense. They're nobody. Nothing. Nada. Zero. And the week before, you let the Washington Redskins run roughshod all over that defense. An offense that's not known for running the ball right now. They rushed for over 200 yards on that great defense that they keep saying is going to shut down the Cowboys' rushing attack, keeping it tackle to tackle, and force Dak Prescott into making mistakes. Well, I got to tell you, take a look at his college film. Dak Prescott didn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He got a bad rap for whatever reason that everybody kept saying he's a running quarterback. He's a spread quarterback. Well, I got to tell you, he made more pro-style passes than any of the other guys that were out there. He makes the reads, and I don't know where these guys like Eric Davis keep saying he doesn't make reads. He can't read the defense, because for a guy who can't read the defense, his QBR is second in the NFL only behind Tom Brady. So if he can't read defenses, tell me what the rest of the NFL is doing, because he's doing a hell of a lot better than all of them. And this whole idea that he just dinks and dunks, take a look at Carson Wentz's numbers. His average per completion is a yard less, and he leads the NFL in screen passes. 16% of his passes are screens. So how these narratives get together that Dak Prescott is a dinking and dunking quarterback who can't read, who can't go downfield, this is all a bunch of hockey bullshit. But anyway, I'm not going to get upset, because it's the weekend, and I'm getting ready for a game day party. And Jobu has some of this delicious rum right here. And Jobu, you know what, buddy? You're going to need a refill. I'm Mark Holmes. It's Cowboy Jobu. Thank you for subscribing and being part of the Jobu Report. And if you haven't subscribed so far, go ahead, be sure to click over here, the picture of Jobu and Sean Lee, so that way you can be part of it. Have a great night, and I know I'll see you here again soon. Up your butt, Jobu.